This is Tai Chi for hands. So we have a lot of things that go on in the body when we're doing Tai Chi, and our hands play a really key role. You heard some talk about the tiger's claw or the tiger's mouth here, and you can get that action by placing your hand over top of your head this way, creates that. Across your knee will do the same. But what is really key is about the space being open between the fingers and the thumb, particularly having this space here open. When you do that, you have a flow of energy that passes through those fingers, and you want it to be open. If you're doing your practice with your fingers together, you block that flow, and that can block the energy up here, or it can just keep it stagnant. So you want to make sure you've got it so it can flow all the way through. In some of the different exercises, we talked about different hand positions. So as you go through the different exercises, you can pay attention to those pieces. This can be very helpful for people who have carpal tunnel syndrome, tendinitis, arthritis in the hands or through the fingers. And so this can be very helpful for getting that to flow and open. Now, if you want to change tendon and muscle, you would go a little bit slower. But if you wanted to flow the energy through, you might decide to turn the hands a little bit faster. Okay, so that would be one way of working with the hands. We have all kinds of actions in the set. We have where the hands cross and they almost form a beak coming through, and then they push out in some of our moves. We have the beak that happens. This is connecting all the energy points in the fingers, and that can change the way we do things. We also have some patterns where we work through the wrist, the fingers, and the whole hand, and that's going to change things. When we're working with patterns that go one way and then flip over, we are changing the hands, but we're also changing within the hip and changing the way that the planes work on the body. So we have hands that reach, we have fingers that roll. Each hand position is doing something different in the body, and it's so subtle into the micro movements, but also it changes the way the hands are going to flow. We can also change what we notice with the hands. So you may start to feel at the end of a Tai Chi exercise or at a set that the fingers start to just feel light and airy, or they start to bubble, just like a little fizz. Or you've got heat that comes down the arm and all of a sudden reaches to the end of the fingertips. So you can change your circulation, you can change the lymphatic system, you can change the way the tendons are going to work, the way the muscles are going to engage. And you may notice when you start Tai Chi, you might have a really stiff fist, and by the time you finish Tai Chi, everything is nice and fluid. So there's a lot that can happen with the hands. If that's something of importance to you as you're watching the videos, just take note of what's going on with the hands, and then you'll be able to pick up some extra details.